Long ago, in a village nestled at the edge of a wide ancient forest, a woman gave birth to twins, a boy she named Kobe, and a girl she named Amma. But on the day they were born, a gasp of fear cut through the room. When the midwife laid the babies in the warm sunlight streaming through the window, only one shadow appeared beneath them. The village elders, their faces etched with worry, whispered amongst themselves, "These children are bound by fate. Their souls are intertwined." As Kobe and Ama grew, their differences became as clear as day and night. Kobe was proud, with a spirit that was quick to anger and a desire to be first in everything. Ama, on the other hand, was gentle and patient, her nature as calm as a still forest pond. But no matter how different they were, one thing remained constant. Wherever they went, a single shadow followed, stretching and shrinking depending on how close they stood together. When they played happily, their shared shadow was dark and strong. But when they quarreled, it grew thin and twisted, writhing on the ground like a wounded snake. When they worked together, it became whole again, a perfect, unified silhouette. One year, as the leaves turned to gold and crimson, the village announced a great hunter tradition to honor the forest and provide for the coming winter. The hunter who brought back the most prized game would earn the respect and admiration of everyone. Kobe's heart swelled with ambition. He wanted all the glory for himself. He saw the shared shadow not as a bond, but as a chain. Turning to his sister, he pushed her aside. "This shadow is mine," he declared, his voice sharp with pride. "I am the stronger one. I don't need you holding me back." Without another word, he snatched his spear and ran into the dense forest alone. But as he ventured deeper, something terrible began to happen. The farther he moved from Ama, the more the shadow beneath his feet began to fade. It flickered and thinned until it vanished completely. Without its cool presence, the sun beat down on him, burning his skin. The familiar forest path seemed to twist and disappear before his very eyes. His strength, once a source of great pride, drained from his limbs like water from a leaking cup. He was lost, exhausted, and utterly alone. A profound fear seized him. He called out Amma's name, his voice cracking, but only the lonely whistle of the wind answered his desperate plea. Back in the village, Amma felt a sudden, sharp ache in her heart, a cold emptiness that she had never known. It was as if a part of her was missing. She could feel the faint, desperate pull of their shared shadow, a lifeline stretching deep into the woods. Without hesitation, she followed that invisible thread, her steps guided by an instinct older than words. She ran, pushing past thorny branches and over tangled roots, her only thought on finding her brother. She finally found Kobe collapsed beneath the sprawling roots of an ancient banyan tree, weak and delirious. His face was pale, and he was shivering, despite the heat. Amma knelt beside him and gently took his hand in hers. The moment their skin touched, a miracle occurred. The shadow reappeared on the ground beneath them, dark, full, and complete once more. Its familiar coolness spread over them like a comforting blanket. Tears streamed down Kobe's face as he looked at his sister. "I cannot survive without you," he wept, his voice choked with shame and relief. "I was a fool," Ama smiled gently, her grip on his hand tightening. "We are not half people, Kobe," she replied softly. "We are one whole." Supported by his sister, Kobe regained his strength, and together they walked out of the forest and returned to the village. From that day forward, the twins were never again divided by pride or ambition. They hunted together, they worked the fields together, and they shared every honor, every joy, and every sorrow. Their single shadow became a symbol of their unbreakable bond.